Good morning, guys. Tony Maritato here, licensed physical therapist. And I had a great question come in from the rotator cuff repair support group for kind people on Facebook. If you want to come join the group, it's totally free. Check for the URL, the link down in the description. But I was being asked, somebody had a complete rupture, full thickness rotator cuff repair or tear. They have not scheduled the repair yet. They have an order for physical therapy, but the particular physical therapy facility they want to go to doesn't have an opening for over a month. And so they were wondering what they should be doing, what they could be doing. Is there any recommendations for that? So my first recommendation is always look for another place. There are lots of amazing therapists. There are even amazing therapists within organizations. I would say that if I was talking to a family member, one of the first things that I would do is I would not listen to reputation. I would not listen to word of mouth as much as I would look to interview therapists myself. Now, any therapist who's going to be working with you, rehabbing a particular injury or condition, any therapist should be more than willing to get on the phone with you, answer a couple questions, help you better understand what to expect from the therapy service. I created a directory called MedicareHomeTherapy.com. You can go check it out. You can search for therapists in your area. But the idea is that you want to get a sense for the therapist's treatment philosophy. You want to get a sense for the therapist's particular areas of specialty. There are therapists who specialize in neuro conditions, in ortho conditions, in pediatrics, in geriatrics, in sports. There's a whole world of therapists out there. But if I still couldn't get connected with the therapist that I wanted to work with as a physical therapist, I would seriously consider looking for occupational therapists. I work closely with a lot of occupational therapists. Certainly they are different in their approach, different in their mindset, but ultimately, if I'm looking to reduce pain and improve function, I'm going to work with whoever is best and available for me to work with. So an occupational therapist does an amazing job helping individuals who have had rotator cuff injuries. They do an amazing job helping bring a different perspective to the rehab team. Like I said, if I had someone who is close to me looking for physical therapy, I would tell them not to worry about focusing on physical therapy, but focus on hiring the best clinician to help you reach your goals. And oftentimes, occupational therapists are overlooked simply because it's not as common for somebody to work with an occupational therapist in outpatient rehab. Every single person who goes to a skilled nursing or some sort of inpatient service is going to receive occupational therapy. I don't know why we drop the ball once we get into outpatient therapy services. So first option is look around, interview therapists you want to work with. Second option is don't limit yourself to physical therapists. Consider interviewing and working with occupational therapists. And a bonus tip, especially if you're looking to fill kind of the void between when maybe you can get into work with the therapist you want to work with, something you can look at doing is telehealth. So even from the perspective of, well, maybe I can just get somebody to do an evaluation for me, make some recommendations, answer some of my questions, that's more than available through telehealth these days. And most third-party payers, at least as of the recording of this video, which today is March 8th, 2022, are still covering telehealth services. So you're able to get on with a therapist anywhere in your state to get your questions answered, to get some recommendations, to get an evaluation performed, plan of care, establish some goals. And then when you're ready to get into the face-to-face, real-life version of therapy that you want to get into, then you can go ahead and transition your care plan to the new facility. But regardless, there are lots and lots of options out there. I recommend you look around. Explore the options you have available to you, and then when you're ready, go ahead and just get started. Thanks so much, guys. If you want your questions answered, go ahead and post them in the comments below this video or join our Facebook group. If you want to see the next video that YouTube is recommending you watch, go ahead and click on this thumbnail right here, and I'll catch you on my next video.